We're going to start lesson 2. Can anyone raise their hand and tell me some places Kwame heard sound?
The jungle?
Absolutely, when he was out in the jungle. Where else?
In the big drum festival.
Absolutely. So when we're here at school, how many sounds do you think we hear every day?
A million.
I bet it would be, we are hearing. So what are some of those sounds that we're hearing?
Our teacher speaking and playing on the playground.
On the stickies in front of you. I want you to write down different sounds of things that you hear throughout the day when you are here at school.
The squeaking shoe soles. Sometimes I hear cars.
On our chart up here, I want you to think of where you would place your sound that you have written down.
Where would this go, like, for people? Primary, because they're not exactly competing with anything.
And when I see you tomorrow, we are going to pick up and we're going to continue lesson 2. So in yesterday's activity that we had done up on the board, we were observing sounds here at school. Acoustical engineers look at all of these different types of sound, and then they come up with ways that they can either help primary sounds become better and clearer, or they may look at the competing sounds and come up with ways to actually make those sounds quieter. We actually call that dampening sound. And we are going to be acoustical engineers today and figure out ways that we can damp sound. Each one of your team is going to get a tuning fork. I want you just to hit the tuning fork and hold it close to your ear and observe what happens.
Does it make you like? Yeah, it makes a really funny noise.
Does anyone have an observation of what's going on when you're tapping and holding it to your ear, Ella?
It kind of sounds like a bee buzzing.
I like that way that you describe that. This time, when you start your tuning fork, I want you to hold it up to your cheek, but a little bit more pressure on your cheek.
It hit the glass.
And then you'll...
You might want to take it out.
What did we observe this time when the tuning forks were all the way up to our cheek?
It was like stopping it every time you pressed it harder.
So it stopped, and it stopped the what?
It stopped the vibration.
We're going to do one more thing with the tuning fork. I'm going to pass out little teeny cups of water. Each one of you will start your tuning fork. The cup of water will be flat on your table, and I want you to carefully just touch the tip part of the top surface of the water with the top of the tuning fork.
Sophie, try it.
All right, my friends, see what we just observed from putting our tuning fork right into a little bit of water.
When the vibration is moving, then when you touch it to the water, then it will get like the vibration and start vibrating the water. Yes.
We actually saw those vibrations, which is really great. So my friends, today you are going to be acoustical engineers by making a box guitar. And we're going to do some investigating of sound. So the materials you're going to be given are a plastic box and 3 rubber bands. You will notice they're different. What's different about my rubber bands here? Paisley?
Some are bigger than the other.
You've got it. So we have 3 different thicknesses. I want you to arrange them thinnest to thickest.
Try not to break it. Listen.
And I'd like to hear some of the observations you just made.
It has like a hard sound.
A hard sound?
But this one's like both of them combined, since this one has a light sound.
How else does someone else want to describe it?
The thickest one, it made a lower sound.
What would that mean for the one that was thinner?
It made a high sound.
Higher sound. So even with our voices, we can make low sounds, or we can make high sounds. And we refer to these as pitches. But today, as acoustical engineers, we are going to try to dampen that sound. I have a sheet for you guys, and we're going to make some predictions. Where should you place the materials to stop the vibrations? The materials that you will be given are felt, clay, and aluminum foil. But I'm not going to give those to you yet. We're going to make some predictions first.
Because it is under and will stop the sound from traveling under the band.
We're going to first start off with the felt.
The middle string.
Oh yeah. You're going to use it in its entirety? No, because I'm not using the clay. Only the middle and then we How about we each do our diameter?
Remember to write down what you are observing in that section of your paper.
Just do the same for the other one.
So you have about another minute before I will pass out the next material. So make sure you're getting down your recording. You can draw. Absolutely. It says you can draw. I'm going to hand out tin foil.
On here? We're wrapping it around.
Because it does rip easily, and when you are putting it on there, it may. You can tell me what they have just observed by using tin foil.
When you pluck the strings, like you can't hear the rubber band, but you can still hear the tinfoil, like you can hear it, like.
So why do you think that? Why is that?
Probably vibration.
So now it's vibrating.
Yeah.
The tin foil is vibrating. So you're hearing the vibrations of the tin foil. That's an awesome observation. So what I am understanding from what all of you are telling me from this whole activity is that depending on the material and also the placement of the material was either helping or not so much with trying to damp the sound. So you guys did awesome on this activity. We are going to stop for today. Tomorrow we will pick up with the last part of this lesson. Today we are actually going to be creating a horn. And from the horns we're going to be using some of the things that we have learned from our box guitar and applying them to also dampen sound. Everyone is going to get their own tube. What I would like you to do, put it close up to your mouth, and what I want you to just say are 3 words. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
In our experiment, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be saying hello, hello, hello each time we change or make an adaptation to our horn. But you must remember, when you say hello, 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 you are always saying it in the same way so that the experiment is working the same. Individually, we're going to start with felt.
It sounds a bit damp. Not much.
I'm going to have you stop. You can observe and tell me what has happened.
Makes it softer.
The sound sounds softer. That's a great way to describe it.
The pitch gets lower.
Oh, you think the pitch gets lower? Interesting. I'm going to pass out 2 more pieces of felt to everyone.
Hello, 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 hello.
Oh my God.
What did you observe now that we have 3 pieces of felt on our horn?
It got like softer.
So we didn't dampen it to quiet it all the way. We just dampened it to make it a little quieter.
Yeah.
Is that what our consensus is with everyone? Are we thinking the same thing? Yeah. We're going to do the same thing. First with 1 piece of tin foil on the end attached with the rubber band.
I think it's gonna make it lighter because look how light the tin foil is compared to the felt.
Hello. Ella, what are you observing?
It kind of sounds like a duck.
Like a duck? The hello, hello. And why is that?
It's like getting all blurry, kind of. Like you can't really hear it as.
So what do you think is happening with the tin foil?
It's still vibrating.
It's still vibrating. So the tin foil must vibrate in a different way than our fabric or our felt. Now we're going to try what happens when we do additional 2 more. And what do we just observe now?
It's kind of like it feels like a crumpling up, kind of, while it's a higher pitch.
So did it help with the dampening of the sound? You didn't think the tinfoil helped. Who thinks that the 3 pieces of aluminum foil help dampen the sound? Raise your hand if you think that the 3 pieces of felt helped dampen the sound. All right, my friends, and that concludes lesson 2. Good job, guys. In lesson 2, when they use the tuning forks, the teacher tips, it did say to use a cup of water. It was great to have that visualization of the water vibrating and splashing with the tuning fork. So it was definitely something they will always remember.